We got a new offensive lineman, Elgton Jenkins, Elgton, Leroy Jenkins, Elk, Aaron Rodgers. We got a freaking blocker. Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to the episode of Packcast, the podcast for another Packers fan. But it sure does help. I am your host, Tom Grossi, and with the 44th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers have decided to go offensive line, which I think is a great move, and I am also very happy with this particular pick, but we will break that down momentarily. First, I want to do a big thank you and shout out to everyone who was there in tonight's stream of rounds 2 and 3. You're all incredible, and I love you. And also a big shout out and thank you to all the patrons over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy. Now, Elgton Jenkins. He is the offensive lineman from Mississippi State, weighing 310 pounds and is 6'4". And the more that I looked into this guy, the more that I was impressed. Obviously, we have already had a need within this position. We did sort of address it during the offseason by getting Billy Turner, who can play multiple positions. We also had the return of Cole Madison, who could potentially replace Bulaga at right tackle, but I'm also, Cole Madison hasn't played a single snap yet, so, I'm not willing to throw all my eggs in that basket yet, because, vegan. But taking a look at what Elgton Jennings brings to the table, first off, he's played 49 games, he started in 34 of them, 26 at center, 5 at left tackle, 2 at left guard, and 1 at right tackle. So right off the bat, what I love about him is that he's versatile and that he could essentially just be plugged in wherever we need him, which is a constant problem for the Packers considering our offensive line cannot stay healthy. The guard position, both left and right guard, have struggled these past few seasons. And of course, Brian Bulaga, I love you to death, but also usually is unable to stay healthy for the entirety of a season. Now, taking a look at some of his stats, so in 2017 as a junior, he allowed 0 sacks, 0 quarterback hits, and that was over 900 snaps. 2018 only allowed 5 pressures, 1 sack, only had 1 penalty, and that was 800 sacks. And so, for example, as a senior in 2019, the first 9 games of the season, there was not a single sack. So this guy is super duper impressive, obviously as a center, which is where he has been playing ever since his junior year. But again, the fact that he can move around and he's not penalized a lot, and also that he's obviously able to protect his quarterback, which is the whole reason that we're drafting him. And this adds a lot to the Packers, not only for depth, but if you take a look at guys, right, like Lane Taylor, right, chilling over at left guard, who struggled massively last year. This could be a perfect replacement at left guard. Put him in there, plug him in there, and Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to worry anymore. Potentially, Billy Turner can go over to right guard because Byron Bell and Justin McCray also struggled last season, and that really wasn't enough. And so here you have Cole Madison as potential for a right tackle. So all in all, we have depth now at offensive line. So what I love about this draft so far is that not only have we gone out and gotten potentially great players, but Rashawn Gary, I'm still out on, but we also now have depth. We have options now, where in the offensive line, I feel in the past few years, we've literally just thrown Band-Aids on it and just have taped it together. And considering that we pay our quarterback $1 kajillion, I think it's a little bit important that he's actually upright. Now, a couple negatives, because there are, he's not one of those driving blockers, and what I mean by that is he's not driving them back. He's not pushing them back. He's more of a I'm gonna stay here and hold you, but hopefully not actually holding. And that's kind of neither here nor there. He could get better at that. Obviously, he does have the quick feet, and he's quick off of the line. And so overall, if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, I think you have to love this pick, because not only is it a position of need, but the guy is a really, really solid player. He's not making a lot of dumb mistakes. Now, obviously, there is a big transition for offensive linemen between college and the NFL, but all signs are pointing pointing that Elgton Jenkins is a good pick for the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers should be happy about this, as hopefully he won't be running for his life. One could hope. But again, worst case scenario, we now have depth at this position. We have competition during training camp, and potentially we could cut some guys who haven't been cutting it for the Packers. But I know this is not a sexy draft, but listen, you need to keep that offensive line healthy. One of the reasons why the Cowboys were so good a few years back, wasn't because of Dak Prescott. And Ezekiel Elliott, while good, that offensive line really can make or break a team. And, Rodgers loves to hang on to the ball and loves to extend plays, and Jenkins is going to allow him to do that. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at TomGrossiComedy on all the social media you see below. And check out podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, and of course here on YouTube. We'll also have a Jay Sternberger video coming out shortly after this one. And we'll have at least 4 videos tomorrow based on the rounds 5, 6, and 7 picks that the Packers wind up getting. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.